make sure.
This game, right? Canyon starts bot and pass towards Jace. Jace is going to be fine. The Hecarim is pathing towards fucking top lane as well. And, like, just someone tell me what's... Like, just look at the teams, right? This is a really fucking hard early game for one of the junglers. Who is it? Like, really fucking hard. And I can't believe Canyon, of all people, doesn't, like, actually do anything. Well, obviously now you know the answer, right? Fucking, how does a Hecarim, right, get out of this early game with a Sedge top into a fucking Jace, a Sylas mid into a Azir, and an Ezreal Bard against this? It's just like 3 prior lanes, right, for down 1. The Hecarim as well, I think this game should start red buff, so there's no fucking, like, big cheese that can happen. Instead, Inspired starts bot, and for whatever reason, Canyon just doesn't fucking hit his top side here. I like Canyon starting red because it gives him options, right? If he knows like Hecarim starts top, he can even do something like this and then hit this with his prior. If he knows the Hecarim starts bot, he can go like red Raptors Gromp and then hit his top side, yeah? With the double prior. But none of this shit happens, and I just couldn't fucking believe it, mate. So both of them start bot. Red Raptors for Canyon into Gromp. And it's like he's just thinking about lanes only. Lanes, yes, but lanes, like, allow you to fucking jungle, right? So, why does Canyon, after his Gromp here, not just, like, sprint at the fucking Hecarim? Why does he not just, like, run at the Hecarim through top try or something, catch him on Krugs, you pressure with Jace, like, look at Impact's HP. Like, why do blue here? It's such a waste, right? And, like, if I'm inspired, I'd be a little bit fucking nervous of Canyon coming in here from, like, top try or something. So I know he has his Raptors entrance, like, warded. But what's the point of, like, having all this early pressure if you're just gonna, like, clear camps like this? And they also had a ward on his Raptors, right? Like, they have a ward here, let me just see. Yeah, so they see him do his Raptors here, too. Like, as soon as this info is, like, presented, you have to react, right? And just fucking sprint at him. Like, look at this pressure Showmaker has. Nagura's got, like, a big HP diff. Like, now, I think. Yeah, there's, like, a trade top right. And Canyon just starts blue. He should just be, like, sprinting at the Hecarim. Anyway, this isn't just it. I don't know, here as well. Canyon W's to this, and if Inspired is really smart, if he, like, puts his mouse on Canyon, he'll see. He might even hear, like, the Iron Will thing. So, like, Canyon just pops it here. The second part of your W. And if Inspired knows Canyon doesn't have W here, he can actually kill him. Now, not now, because Canyon might be able to, like, escape through Jace or some shit like this. But after Jace, like, runs back here, why doesn't Inspired just, like, fucking ghost and run into Lee Sin? I know we can't see, like, cooldowns, so I don't know exactly what Heck has, but he should have E. Because you shouldn't really be using, like, E, because, yeah, just in case you get invaded and stuff. Especially with these lanes. So I reckon he can ghost here and get Canyon's flash. Maybe Canyon has to, like, fucking ward hop out, but I actually think it's worth, and then you can just kill the Jace afterwards. Yeah, that was the first thought I had. Maybe it's still bad, but anyway, just a thought. Like, right here, yeah? He can just, like, keep going on Canyon. And I don't really give a fuck what happens here. This is all good. And Inspired gets a kill out of this, and then he does top crab, which is good, right? And Inspired at this point in the game can fucking just win the game, I think. Like, the fact he's got out of this early game and his lanes aren't getting that fucked. Like, look at his lanes. Sylas, Ezreal, Bard, and Sejuani, and he's 2-0 in this game. It just shouldn't happen. Recalling after this is definitely correct. Canyon, I don't know why the fuck he runs to Wolves. Like, why is Canyon going to Wolves here? Canyon should just go straight bot. Like, bot crab into his Krugs Raptors and back up to topside. Something like this. I don't know why he's going to Wolves. Because now he's going to fuck up his Gromp Wall sequencing too. He should just leave him there and go to bot crab. Then, I don't know, like maybe fucking Krugs Raptors or... you never know. I just think going to Wolves is a mistake. And Inspired, I think, makes a mistake here as well. Why does Inspired have to go fucking top? He legit runs back to the Sejuani lane. Like, the Jace, who is 1-0... ahead in CS, and he's gonna, like, be an impact this game regardless how many times you gank him, right? Like, you want to be ganking that lane if you're gonna gank it without losing anything. So, Inspired here just makes a fucking bad decision, in my opinion. Like, if you're ahead like this, like, look at the jungle diff here. If you're ahead like this and you're this strong, and I'm pretty sure he has doubles because he killed Canyon, or at least red buff, or at least blue buff, sorry, then, like, you can just carry this game. But why does he not just run to his Gromp? Because not only does he cover his bot lane here, which is getting fucked. By the way, I don't know what this Ezreal did, but he TP'd back to lane and then just got chunked again, like in 10 seconds. Like, TP's back and then just loses all his HP. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he did something wrong. And imagine if Canyon was here, right? So Canyon should have done this. Imagine if Canyon was here and he kills this. Like, it's just game over. It's just completely fucking game over. If you don't understand why, like, I'll explain it. But yeah, it should just be game over at that point. Because their lanes are so weak, right? Again, if Inspired went to Gromp, he would be here to counter this. Now, of course, you can't expect, like, this to happen, right? It just, like, happens so quickly. But the point is, like, he would have been here. So it's just, like, you know, kind of add-on, I guess. So if Inspired goes to Gromp, Wolves, and then fucking, like, I don't know, he can just go back top, he can swing by mid, like, get Silas going, he can do anything he fucking wants here. I mean, his move out of base should actually just be to crab and check it, and then back to Gromp, Wolves, and then after Wolves, maybe swing mid. Probably clearing, though, is just good. You'll be so fucking fed as heck. Like, well, 44 CS after that, and the game is just yours. Like, you have got the game. I mean, you still might lose, of course, and you have to play perfectly to win, given, like, this comp, but he's just in a great position. So both junglers here, I just don't think are making good moves. And then Inspired, yeah, like I said, goes top, right? So fucking we're watching a replay here. This is the actual, like, what they were doing. So they kill the Jace again. Now, if I'm Nuguri, I'm thinking... Did I say that right? I said that's so fucking weird. If I'm a Nuguri, bro... if I'm Nuguri, I'm gonna, like... Dude, like, I didn't even give a... Okay, like, I lose a fucking wave. Big deal. Well, it kind of is, like, maybe a big deal. But this Sejuani, like, I'm still gonna do well into. You can kill me, like, 5 more times. Because you're fucking, like, giving Lee Sin camps and stuff, right? So Canyon makes the right reaction. After his Raptors, he goes to Hecarim's Gromp. And that Gromp, that Hecarim, like, he can fucking make this play, bro. With no losses. Is that fucking Ezreal scripter again, dude? He can make this, He can make this play. A second. He can make this play, yeah? He can kill Nuguri. Probably when, like, ever he wants. But get rid of this, because you don't really want to be near Bard Ezreal. Get rid of this, and he would have got Crab. There's nothing Canyon can get here. So when he makes this play, Canyon can't do anything except for dive bot. And hopefully they can survive, right? And the Hecarim is just, oh man, it's just juicy. It's just juicy, bro. Instead, he fucking just runs straight top. He gives up level 4 Gromp, which I think is important. Second most experience right after Krugs. Also, the bot Crab he would have got. I think if Canyon went to bot Crab as well, his bot lane would have died. Like both of them. And that would have been GG. This move he makes here is correct, because he can't fucking run to his bot side, right? To protect it, there's nothing he can do, so he has to just wait for these cants, which is annoying. Maybe Canyon saw this, bro, in the future. He was like, fuck, I'm gonna do wolves to, like, what does it, make my kind of, like, Gromp and wolf timing irregular. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't. That would have been fucked. Maybe. I mean, it is Canyon, right? But... And yeah, like, Canyon gets Gromp, and look at the fucking, like, score. Look at the scoreline here. Like, the jungle diff really isn't, like, that big, even though Inspired has 2 kills. If he did that play after full clearing top and he kills Nuguri, like, bro, fucking, he can win the game. Like, what does he do here? Like, does he go Raptors Krugs into a recall? Like, they give up Dragon as well? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much loss here for killing a Jace, which fucking doesn't mean anything. Like, why just run straight top? If this was a fucking Darius, right? Or, like, Set, just like any kind of, like, early game champion who needs to get going, Renekton as well, I think the play's good, because I think the wave was frozen. But in this game, it's just a fucking bad play.